In the following video, I'm going to demonstrate a feature which I very much wanted in GraphPad concerning arcs, but at the same time it's going to show how the feature works and then introduce some of the quirks of GraphPad. And so one of the things I wanted to be able to do was calculate an arc between two lines that intersected, and basically if you touch the corner of the intersection of two lines, it would then calculate the center of the arc based upon the radius and then the two tangential points. And it's calculating this as you move things. And so if we grab the endpoint and actually move the endpoints of one of the lines, we'll see it actually pretty much reflects what you'd expect it to do. However, as you go around a circle, as the two lines become parallel and the endpoints line up, then this arc actually ends up scooting off to infinity. And so it makes sense over here, but then as we get around to this side of the equation, mathematically it kind of makes sense, right? Because this is the intersection and then you're trying to calculate the radius of x distance as these two line up. It's going to shoot off to infinity. However, in actuality, when you're doing a drawing like this, what you'd probably be looking at is rather than having lines connected to the intersection, you would calculate the arc, delete the lines, and then connect it to the endpoints of the arc. And actually that'll work just fine. So now if we do the same thing and we actually go around the circle, we'll notice that we get some kind of peculiar behavior. Now it makes sense if you think back that the arc is being calculated based upon these lines being connected, but the geometry looks kind of funny. And then in addition to that, let's say for example we added this into our library as a group, and we'll simulate that. So say for example it's a group, and now we had some part of a drawing and we wanted to reverse that. We would go to properties and reverse the group, and we'll see this is where it becomes very confusing, because unless you realize that the arc is being calculated between two lines that are connected at this intersection, it just wouldn't make any sense. So that shows the feature, and it shows the limitation and the quirk that's in GraphPad when it comes to calculating an arc at the intersection of two lines.